Oh, is it recording?
Yes.
Oh dear, here we go!
James, you're on fire.
Everything's hard, Andy.
Well, you are in a house. Those are fairly sturdy for protection of me and Okra.
No, I mean everything. I tried to get out of bed, but I was glued to it. I attempted to pet the cat, and I crapped my pants. I tried to play Yeast's Memoire, the Oath in Felghana, and was thrown up and down a cave, into a pit of spikes, and drowned in lava.
Oh. So we're reviewing
Yeast's Memoire, the Oath in Felghana, a game with a title where no one knows exactly where the colon should be located.
He has typed the title in the script several times and has no consistent location of the colon, and it is driving me up a wall!
Which is a great way to introduce the game. This remake of the Oath in Felghana, apparently Yeast 3, which is the 4th or 9th game in the series, finally comes to the Switch and introduces current-gen Yeast fans to what things were like before. No more fancy mana attacks, no party system, no camp of characters to rescue and do side quests for, just Adol, and a small cast of characters already in the throes of some conflict Adol is then enlisted to fix.
After several adventures and a bout of homesickness, Dogi the Wall Crusher convinces his best friend and travel companion Adol to return to Dogi's homeland, Felghana, to visit his hometown, Redmont. Adol agrees immediately, of course. It's an island after all. Adol has a great track record with those.
Soon, Adol and Doggy come to realize something strange is afoot as this
monument's dedicated to the god of safe journeys.
is destroyed, the quarry is in danger, and the Count of this land has enacted taxes on the island folk that are meant to sow unrest and unease. Not only that, a sibling rivalry between Elena, the town friend, and Chester, a former trustworthy Redmont knight, has caused further issues.
Upon attempting to rescue miners from the quarry, Adol encounters a dark entity that quickly attacks, beginning this game's mysterious story and 2.5D adventure.
Now in HD! You'll notice quickly when trying to win this boss fight, even in normal mode, that it is hard. Really hard. If you don't pick up the boss's patterns, nearly impossible hard. In fact, I don't really think there is a strategy with most bosses in this game. Most of them become a game of endurance and frustration management as they combo attack Adol to near death, offering very little to no time to activate superpower to heal the littlest bit of HP before failing and needing to try again.
For someone used to dodging, perfect guarding, flash moves, and all the other fun ways Yeast games have offered players to redirect and get away from enemy attacks, it's odd to have none of that to play with here. Avoiding attacks is a form of luck and timing this time, as your jumps are the only thing that offers you any respite.
Why even have the shield? Is this why later games just don't give him one because he doesn't even bother to use it? It should guard something, specifically when bosses do this shit. I mean, come on, man. This just makes me want to play Yeast 8, 9, or 10 again. Hell, even Celceta.
Adol has a 6-hit combo that he can chain with successive A button presses. This extends to 10 when superpower is activated. B makes you jump, and you can use B and A together to chain different versions of jump attacks. Pressing A on a jump descent will use a down attack that may stun some enemies too. There are also 3 types of magic to switch between with their own uses and advantages, Earth being the only one that offers a guard of sorts. Using it at the perfect moment will mitigate any damage from any attack against Adol when it is used.
X will activate Power, which speeds Adol up and offers him increased strength, and Superpower, which will cause a small shockwave and heal Adol a bit over time. It recharges as you play the game. One of the most interesting controls in this game is the extra function button, which is assigned to minus on the Switch as default. You can assign one of 3 functions to this button. No Fall, which will prevent Adol from taking tumbles off cliffs, Wing Warp, which will allow you to teleport to any save point statue you've found in the game, and Walk, which will make Adol walk. I'm not really sure that last one is useful ever.
Also fun to use, easy to ignore, is to activate Turbo Mode by clicking in the right stick. Go Turbo-Turbo-er by clicking in the right stick again. Pressing in the stick a 3rd time will return the game to normal speed.
Defeating enemies in this game will offer several things. First, obviously money and XP, but sometimes healing items and Ravel ore as well. Both money and Ravel are needed to forge stronger weapons, armor, and a better, albeit useless, shield. Also,
meters. Do you like meters? Memoire Oath in Felghana has one for each toe! First, your red strength meter. This will increase Adol's attack power, and you fill and add to it by collecting red stuff enemies drop. Second, your defense meter, which is blue. Refill and power that up with blue things. Next is your MP speed meter, which does something. Probably increases your MP recharge speed. Collect yellow things to refill this meter. Finally, your XP rate increase meter. Long name? Why not? Fill and refresh this one by hitting and defeating enemies. It won't charge past 99, so you can't have a ×2 multiplier, which I'm sure infuriates some people, but definitely not me. Nope. In addition, you have your HP meter, your power meter, your XP meter, your MP meter. You got all the meters here at Meters.
I don't think you said meter enough times.
I'll perish unperturbed if that particular idiom is never uttered in my direction ever again.
Most enemies won't offer too much challenge as long as you grind a bit and stay up to date with the 2 upgrades you can get for each armor and weapon piece. I'm actually kind of amazed at the increase in stats each level up yields. You'll never be strong enough to take down any boss in this game in your first attempt though. They'll combo you, they'll stagger you, they will kill you.
Yeah, without the flash moves and flash guards, boss attacks have to be tanked or narrowly avoided, meaning you're definitely taking a lot of damage. With your only healing options being hidden behind the superpower meter, which recharges slowly, and your revive option hidden behind an 80,000 coined accessory that breaks after 1 use, safe to say this game was built to be hard.
I can't overstate this enough. This game is fucking hard. I thought the demo at PAX West was priming me, getting me used to the olden style of Ys games past. I figured I wasn't used to that style and that's why it was hard. No, this game is just that fucking hard. All the time. Bosses are more than sponges. They're living pieces of environment that are usually larger than life, built with combos and stronger attacks that will claim a third of your life bar every single time. Levels and armor mean very little to these things. I'm here, 5 levels above every enemy thus far, and my armor is upgraded. I will defeat you! I'm here again, another 3 levels and 7 hours later because leveling up in this game is a lengthy process, and I brought the single revive accessory. Am I wasting a revive doing this?
Yep.
That is an accurate depiction of exactly what happened in each boss battle James took on. I was lucky enough to be in the peanut gallery, so I wouldn't get killed too.
Dang it.
To me, this game feels like the developmental handshake between bump slash games before they became hack and slash games. With attacks you can activate at will, things you equip and acquire that become switchable as you find them, and enemy attacks that bump the player, don't activate invincibility frames, and can combo you to death. The adventure with semi-3D environments leaps off the screen even though the characters are or feel like 2D sprites on this 2.5D plane. That's the sensation I get when playing this game. In fact, I've never experienced a game like this before. It's odd having nothing to base this adventure on, even though there are other Ys games. I've never played another like this. Ys Origin is definitely next on my list to play because I crave more of this type of gameplay. I've had a taste, now fill me, Ys. Fill me with this.
Alright, but is it fun?
I think if you're like me, and you accidentally find yourself in a harder dungeon than where you're meant to go, level up very fast, then go where you're supposed to go and defeat everything very easily, except the boss, then you have fun. But progression in this game is an infinitely climbing vertical line of difficulty that will use each boss to kick you off that mountain. It's demoralizing, it's difficult, it's intensely hard. The difficulty option at the beginning of the game seems decorative really. It's only really a damage multiplier for the game. The lower the difficulty, the less damage everything does. I was playing on normal and still getting fired from the Good at Gaming committee.
I'm not sure we were ever invited to the GAGC. We just keep showing up to the meetings and eating their donuts. They never throw us out. I'm not sure this will change their minds.
In addition to the difficulty this game presents, there's no real way to guide yourself to main quests, side quests, and no mini-maps. Nothing. Feels like the remakes report could have probably added that instead of something rather useless like Turbo Mode, which lets you lose to bosses faster. But hey, I did finish this game. By the skin of my teeth, but I still won.
I was there for that boss fight. Gabalan was taking James for a ride.
It was not fun. I did not like that fight. Ys, the Oath, and Felghana was my very first exposure to anything under the vast umbrella of Nihon Falcom universes and games. I randomly found the Valestein Castle theme on YouTube when searching for video game music and was instantly enthralled. From there, Strongest Foe set my heart ablaze. Not even 2 months later, Nintendo announced Ys 8 would be coming to the Switch, which ended up being one of my favorite games in life. It was so invigorating finally playing the game that started my love of Ys games, connecting the music to the places I was traveling and seeing where it all came from. This game is difficult beyond my expectations, offers much less than other Switch installments, and is not a game I recommend over 8, 9, and 10, but it will forever hold a special place in my heart. What did you think of our review? Did you play Oath or perhaps the original Ys 3? Let us know in the comments and we'll see you soon for what we have next.
Dumbass.